Hey, welcome. I wanted to come out and talk to you guys today because I just got off a podcast interview prep meeting and I wanted to come talk to you guys because I think it is so important that we are building your visibility. You're building your credibility. You're getting out in front of more people. And there are a lot of ways that you can do that, but speaking is one of my absolute favorite ways to get out in front of other people and share like what it is you do, share what how you can help people, share what your expertise is, tell your story and connect with more people. And when you are out speaking, when you are out doing something, you want to get in front of an audience that's already been established. People who are already out there listening, already going to join that event, whatever it is that you're going to be speaking at. You don't want to just try to go out and create your own when you're first getting started because you don't have a big following when you're getting started, right? So you've got to build it up. And one of the ways to build it up and to get people to see who you are and to see that exposure is to do podcast guesting. And podcast guesting is when you go on someone else's show and you show up as the expert for your area on their show. They're interviewing you, asking you questions, asking why you got started, asking what your expertise is. And in almost every podcast I've ever been on or any show I've been on, you also get to share a free gift. And so you get to go out and then start building your list because now people are going to opt in. If they connect with you and they want more, they're going to say, yes, give me that gift so I can go out there and share. And you can start building that email list, right? Because once you start building that email list, now they're on your list. You can start nurturing them and then start making them offers, paid offers, right? So I want to talk to you about why podcast guesting is so important and helps you in so many ways. First of all, it gets you in front of that already established audience that we were talking about, right? Someone else has done the work to go out there and build an audience. You didn't have to do that. You want to connect with people who have a very similar audience to who you are looking for. So you don't want to go out and get on a podcast that's talking about cooking when your business is about how to generate leads or how to lose weight, right? Like there needs to be a connection between who the audience is and what you're providing. Now, I can make a connection between cooking and losing weight, right? By going in, like if it's a healthy eating podcast and they've are doing things about how to eat healthy and you're a weight loss coach and you want to make that connection, that's a great audience for you. So you see how it can make a difference when you're in front of that right audience. They've already got to be prepped and nurtured and to know that they're interested in what you have to offer. So you want to look for podcasts that have a very similar audience. They're talking about similar things, but aren't necessarily in direct competition to you, right? Most, weight loss coaches aren't going to bring other weight loss coaches on to their podcast and let them promote unless they have a different angle, something different they're talking about. So you want to think about how you can create different angles based on the audience you're talking to, the podcast you're getting on, and where you're going. The other reason that being on a podcast is so beneficial is it gives you visibility, right? You can reuse that podcast in so many ways. So the couple ways that it really gives you visibility. How many of you have ever searched on Google for your own name? Just go out right now, go do a Google search and see what comes up when you search for your own name. What are the things that pop up? Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're in social is probably going to pop up first. Your own website, if you have your website built, that should pop up. But then what else, right? What are the next things people see when they search for your name? When you are a guest on a podcast and on multiple podcasts, then you are able to enhance that Google search. So when I first started podcast guesting and being on other people's shows and whether it's YouTube or a podcast, whatever it is, I went back out and I started searching for my name, and all of a sudden, I had multiple pages that people had to scroll through when they were searching my name because all of these different shows that I was on came up. So it builds credibility when someone else is searching for your name to see all of these things on a Google search that you have done. It sets you up as that expert in your area. Okay? It also gives you a way that you can repurpose and reuse some of that content. So this is where, the person who is doing the show is absolutely going to promote your show, right? That's what they do. They're going to go out there and they're going to share it with their email list. They're going to share it on their social media, and it gives them the opportunity to promote you, but you need to be doing the same, right? So you turn around and you promote that show, and people that are going to see that you're doing something, like you're out on these other shows and you're making an impact and you're being visible, and they're going to wonder what you're up to and why you're all of a sudden getting all of these speaking gigs and doing all these things, and they're going to think something is going on, right? And they're going to want to know more. And it gives you that opportunity to create free social media marketing, right? Where you're just putting it out there. Some shows may even allow, like, do small clips for you that you can reuse and repurpose. Some of them, not all of them, some of them may give you, like, if you ask, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? They may actually give you a copy of the interview. And then you can take that and put it into tools like video, or there's other AI tools out there that are amazing that will just take that content and create a bunch of reels and shorts and video clips that now you can reuse in other places. So that one interview that may have taken you 30 minutes has now just recreated a bunch of content for you to use over the next few weeks, next few months, next few years, because you can continue to use it. So do you see the value in getting on somebody else's podcast? I want to share with you my cheat sheet that I put together for you guys. This is totally free. Just go download this here. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you. This is the podcast guest cheat sheet. So what do you need to do to get on a podcast? What do you do when you show up? All the things you need to know in order to get out there. Go download it. It's absolutely free. And I can't wait to see you get on more podcasts, to see you get on more shows. I have recently just relaunched one of my shows. I used to have a show a few years ago, and then we paused it for a while, and we just came out with my new show called The Entrepreneurs Creating OMG Moments, where we are interviewing those entrepreneurs who are doing big and bold things in their business and making a difference. Those OMG moments are those things in your life that you're like, oh my goodness, I'm about to do what? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. Like those things you get excited about that put you outside of your comfort zone. Your first time doing a podcast interview is going to be one of those OMG moments. It is going to be a moment that you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this, because you haven't done it before. It's something new. It's something different. And then after you do a few, you're going to be like, okay, this works. This is helpful. This is help giving me exposure. This is help building my list and getting out there. So I want to hear from you guys. If you have a show, put it in the comments below so others here can see it as well. Put a link to that. I'll share my show in the notes as well. I also want to know how many of you are currently doing podcast interviews or interviews on other shows. Podcast is kind of a broad term nowadays, where we think of like Apple Podcast, right? Where it's just audio. But a lot of times people say podcast and it's still going to be like a YouTube show. People have Facebook Live shows and still calling them podcasts as a more general term. So just know when I'm saying that term, I'm talking about all kinds of different shows, forms, whether it's audio, video, both. Also, know that when you're doing most podcasts nowadays, they are going to, even if it's only an audio only one, they are going to record video most of the time because they're going to use clips from it to help promote the show. So just keep that in mind as you're getting ready and going out there. Um, well, so much to learn on this podcasting and getting yourself out there. Excuse me. So I'm going to share the link to that cheat sheet for you so that you can grab that, get out there. I want to see you be more visible. I want to see you promoting your business, getting out there and doing the things that you love so you can help more people and serve them in the way you are meant to. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm out in California this week, so you may hear from me from time to time. I'm actually here doing a VIP day with one of my clients who wants to build out her speaking. And so we are going to be building out her signature talk. And what does that look like? And then how do we get out there and get her some speaking gigs? Because as I said, I believe speaking is one of the best ways to get out there and make an impact and get visible and get people to connect with you and draw people in. And I'm also going to be doing some time this week to reflect on my own stuff and things that are going on for me and some transitions I want to make in my business and what does that look like and what does that mean. So I may pop in this week and just share some of that with you. Let me know if you want to hear more about what's going on this week while I'm out in California. And if you are interested in a VIP day as well, where you can build out, whether it's building out your signature talk, that's one of the days I do. I also do a whole planning day. And this has been so critical for so many of my clients. We just sit down and we plan out what's going to happen for them over the next year. We look at the long-term goals, we look at the short-term goals, and then we put the strategy together. We overcome a bunch of obstacles that have been holding them back and get them on the right path to get there. So just put VIP in the comments if that's something you're interested in talking to me about and what that looks like. I think these are some of the best days for my clients because it saves them months and years of time that they would have spent spinning and trying to figure things out. And we can get through so much in a day. It's amazing. So I am excited for you guys. I want to hear where you're podcasting, where if you have a podcast, let me know and share that in the show in the comments below. And I hope you all have an amazing day and get out there, be more visible, and show the world what you have to offer. Have a great day.